Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk Trading. Now, this is an episode that I want to start, and I want to do every Sunday for you guys, just to talk you through about my week within the charts and how my trades have gone. 2 secs. I have just realised I'm playing the video somewhere else. There we go. Right, so I've only ever done 2 live streams before, so I'm a little bit new to this, so things will change over the weeks of doing this. But yeah, for now, it's just going to be very raw. Just going to talk about what has happened over the previous week, and then also what I'm expecting for next week as well, and the trades that I'm going to be looking for, okay? Because here at BitTrading, I love to plan my trades out with the team over on the Visionary Discord. So over on the Visionary Discord, I give my team daily market updates every day. So I do daily market updates every day, and I love to walk through what I'm expecting for that day. And yeah, just to give you an example, and of course we will cover this trade today, but we gave this setup on the 22nd, okay, and I was looking for this nice pullback into the MPOC and the GP, and I was expecting a possible bounce off of this level if we were to see certain things occur. So of course we will talk about that, but yeah, like I said, I just want to cover sort of what has happened over the course of the week, and then go on to what I have or what I am expecting for next week, and what I'm looking to trade for next week as well. So yeah, I hope you find this enjoyable. Please smash that thumbs up button if you do, and yeah, it will let me know that you want to continue seeing content like this. But yeah, enough of that, let's jump into it. Let's talk about what has been going on. Hopefully the stream is all okay. I know my Wi-Fi isn't the best because I live in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, if anyone's here, just let me know in the comments, and let me know how the stream is. If it's running rubbish, let me know, please. But yeah, let's get on and talk about this. So for me at the moment, Bitcoin is looking more bearish rather than bullish. Of course, okay, I'm talking here about the lower time frames, okay? I'm talking about the lower time frames here. If we come to the higher time frames, of course, okay, we are looking extremely bullish, okay? We have continuous higher highs and continuous lower highs as well. So of course, naturally, we are looking very bullish. And personally for me, I expect we could see new all-time highs, of course, yes, but we do just have to see some levels hold on the smaller time frames for us to see higher prices. Because if we're going to lose some key levels on the lower time frame, then there's a high probability that we're going to see a much bigger correction, and this much bigger correction could then start to break bullish market structure on the higher time frames, i.e. the daily chart. And once we start breaking bullish market structure on the daily, this is when things can get pretty significantly bearish. Okay, so we do just have to be cautious of that. Now, of course, I'm not extremely bearish at this moment in time. I'm just looking at the 2-hour time frame, and yes, we are looking bearish. And it is valid to look be or have a bearish bias on this 2-hour time frame. Why is that? Well, because we're printing continuous lower lows and continuous lower highs, as you can see right here. Now, at this moment in time, we are starting to flip my bias from bearish to bullish. And why is that? Well, first of all, I'm in a long position, okay, so I'm expecting this bounce towards the upside. But second of all, okay, and this is the very, very key reason why my bias is starting to shift. It hasn't shifted, but it's starting to sway the other way, i.e. switch from bearish to bullish. Because what we have actually occurred down here is something that I consider very bullish. We have a higher low. Okay, we formed right here a really nice higher low, and I'll talk about why it's a really nice higher low as well. But after this very bearish market structure right here, after forming this low here, we've come up, okay, and I was talking through with the team over on the Visionary Discord and in the daily market updates, and even in the YouTube videos that I do for you guys. I was talking about this rise towards the upside here. And this was a very, very important rise towards the upside, as this pullback here was very important as well, because this rise towards the upside was the deciding rise of whether we are going to break this level up here, this previous lower high at around 69,000. Now, I was telling the team, if we were to break this level, okay, we would be breaking bearish market structure. So then we can actually be targeting higher prices. And I was telling the team that if we were to break this high here, I would actually be expecting new all-time highs. I would quite like to see new all-time highs because this is very bullish if we can break this local bearish market structure. Now, what happened? Okay, well, we didn't take this high. And this is something I was walking through the team with and walking you guys through as well with, that if price was not to take this high, then we're most likely going to see a pullback, and that pullback could possibly take us to a new lower low if we were to break this level down here at $60,800 approximately. Okay, so if we were to lose this level, form a new lower low, it's just confirming that bearish bias that I have as of right now. However, what has actually happened is price has rolled over, we've formed a pullback, and then we've actually started to look quite bullish down here. Price is, I have to say, price is actually looking fairly bullish down here, and I will get onto that in a moment. And after we've formed some, nice bullish confluence down here, we've had this little rise towards the upside. Now, of course, this rise isn't going to completely shift my bias from locally bearish to locally bullish and higher time frame bullish as well, because there is still a possibility that we could see price roll over here and just continue lower and maybe take out this low here, confirming that we are still within this bearish market structure. But, okay, I am currently long on the price of Bitcoin. I did enter into a long position here, and there's a very valid reason why I have entered into a long position here. And, of course, this was one of the trades, okay, one of the many trades that I give to the team over on the Visionary Discord. As you can see here, long setup. This was the long setup that I gave the team, and this is something that I was walking through the team in the daily market update as well. So here in the daily market update on the 22nd, this is something I was walking them through, and this is exactly what I showed you at the start. Yeah, just double checking that the stream is all working. I have a feeling it's a little bit laggy. I really hope it's not too bad. But yeah, if anyone is here, please just let me know how it's going on. But yeah, let's continue. So, like I said, daily market update. This is something I was walking through with the team. So, in this daily market update, we were talking about the lower high right here. Okay, this was the lower high that had now been made, okay, and we got that confirmation because we saw a pretty bearish reaction, and we saw a pretty bearish move towards the downside, okay. And I was telling the team that there is some hope that we could see a higher low here, okay. There is some hope which could give us that first indication that maybe market structure could be shifting from bearish to bullish. And, I was looking for a pullback back into the GP, the golden pocket, and the 786 area. Okay, this is a key strong level of support. Obviously, we need confluence with that, and that's exactly what we had at this level. Okay, we had a MPOC level. So, if we come and have a look at the charts again, and we bring up the MPOCs, let me actually just get rid of this one for now, because I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, as you can see right now, we are getting that bounce off of this key level that I was talking the team through on the daily market update. And of course, here was the setup that I gave the team as well. Long setup off of this level. There's a setup, there was the entry, there was my stop, and this is the higher price target that I do have. But of course, I have already taken a TP1 on this trade as well. But what we were actually observing as price was pulling back here is that we were pulling back into a major level of support. Now, that major level of support, like I said, was the GP, okay, here, the 786 level, and we had that MPOC, the naked point of control. So we had the naked point of control coming in at $63,078 approximately. So this was a very strong level of support. And what I was actually telling the team in the daily market update here was that I don't just want to see price coming into the GP and 786 level and in confluence with the MPOC. I actually want to see short absorption coming into this level. If I were to see short absorption coming into this level, then I will be more than happy to enter into a long. And that's exactly what happened, because I'm currently in a long position on the price of Bitcoin. We saw short absorption. So as you can see here, short absorption at the GP and 0.786 in confluence with the daily NPOC. So as you can very clearly see, if you understand XO charts, you can very clearly see short absorption is happening right now. If you don't understand XO charts, I won't cover it, but I will talk you through it just a little bit. Okay, so if we take a look at XO, let's go on to the 2-hour chart, because that's currently what we are looking at. So what we can see here is short absorption. Like I said, we have short absorption coming in. So why do we have short absorption coming in? Well, we had short absorption. How many times do I want to say short absorption? We had short absorption coming in to the GP, the 786 and the MPOC level, okay? And where was that coming in again? So let's say the MPOC, what was it coming in? It was $63,078. So $63,078. So 63.78. So that's around this level here, okay? Around this level here. So as we were coming into that MPOC, GP and 786 level, we were seeing short absorption. Why were we seeing short absorption? Well, if we take a look at the CVD down here, we can see aggressive shorting. So when CVD is rising, we know that longs are opening. When CVD is going down, we know shorts are opening. Okay, so what we can see here is that on this pullback here, we had obviously shorts opening, as you can see here, and aggressive shorting as well, as you can see by these darker red patches here. And if you even zoom in, you can see how many shorts are opening up. So 30 million, 22 million, 26 million, okay, 26 million, minus 26 million again, minus 22 million. So we had aggressive shorting here. But, okay, we also had very aggressive shorting on this pullback here, coming into the GP 786 level and the MPOC. Now, can you see the whole... for some reason, you can't actually see... it doesn't matter too much. It's because I usually have my trade... I haven't put my trade up there today. Let's see if I can just get rid of that. There. Okay. That's a little bit better. So... yeah, as we were seeing price pullback, we can see CVD, okay, is making very clear lower lows, okay, so we know aggressive shorting is occurring at this level right here. Then if we zoom into the candles, we can confirm this, okay, we have minus 13 million, minus 21 million, minus 12 million, minus 23 million, minus 19 million, okay, so we have aggressive shorting here. However, whilst we are seeing this aggressive shorting, price is making these higher highs. Whilst price is making these higher highs, but there's aggressive shorting, this is telling us that there is a major player or players with a very large limit buy order here, okay? And that large series of large limit buy orders, okay, are absorbing all of these shorts that we are seeing coming into that GP 786 and MPOC level. Okay, so we have short absorption. That's what short absorption is. And this is a very bullish sign, okay, because all the shorts are getting absorbed by this limit buy order, and then what tends to happen is we get a rise towards the upside. And I will cover one that's happened more recently as well, because this can give us an indication on where price could possibly go in the future as well. But this was that final bit of confluence that I wanted to see to give me that long entry. Okay, and that's exactly what happened, okay? We had the GP 786 level in confluence with the MPOC, and we had short absorption. So this is why I've taken the long position. As you can see here, we entered into the long, entry price here, stop loss down here, and then we have that final target up here. And yeah, as you can see, what a lovely reaction off of that level. As you can see here, an amazing reaction off of the level. What a lovely reaction. Remember to take profits early as price is still very much in a downtrend. This is what I was telling the team. So as you can see, here is the trade that I took. Off of this really nice reaction, it was over 57% in a profit. 2 secs. Sorry about that. 2 secs. Yeah, so after we got that really nice reaction, okay, we had price toying around with that MPOC, but nevertheless respecting that MPOC and using it as really, really nice support. And then we finally got that bounce towards the upside that I was looking for. And like I said, I'm taking profit early off of this trade. The reason why I'm taking profit early is because we're locally in a downtrend. Okay, we have to accept that we're locally bearish, so taking profit early is the right thing to do, and that's exactly what I did, taking a TP1 here at over 83%. So this was an amazing trade for the team that, you know, I was walking them through before this even happened. As you can see, we've got this. I'm walking through the team here. I'm expecting this pullback here, okay, coming into this level. If we are to look bullish, then I'm expecting a rise towards the upside. This is literally what I was talking to the team about in today's daily, in the daily market update from the 22nd, okay? It's exactly what happened. As you can see, updating the team here. I love it when a plan comes to fruition. So here was the daily market update. Looking for price to pull back, and then I was looking for a bounce towards the upside. What happened? Okay, that exact scenario happened. We got a continuation towards the downside. We got a bounce off of the level, and we are in some really, really nice profits. As you can see, 127% in a profit as of right now. So, yeah, very profitable trade. Let me just bring the trade up on my phone. Let's have a look. Yeah, so 124% in a profit as of right now. I'll just leave that up. 123% in a profit now. So yeah, it was it's been a very profitable trade for ourselves. Okay, so this is why, okay, I've entered into a long. Now, prior to that, over the course of the week, I didn't take any trades. No trades at all. So from Monday here, okay, we got a pullback. There were some scalp trades to be had. Personally, I didn't take any scalp trades, of course. I am still in the short position from the high, the all-time high. Where is that? Is it that one? No. I don't know. I must have deleted that. Okay. Well, I'm in a short position from the all-time high as well. Let me just look at that trade. So the short from the all-time high is currently in 595% in a profit. Where's the entry price? Average price. So $73,309 was my entry price. So all the way up here, okay, is where we entered into that short. And I've been short and chill for quite a long time now. Ever since we made this all-time high, I've been short and chill on the price of Bitcoin, especially because we're making these continuous lower highs and continuous lower lows. So yeah, this has been a pretty quiet week, to be honest with you, for me. I've taken one trade this week, one trade. And like I said, you know, I could have scalp trade and made some really nice profits off this pullback, off this rise. But personally, for me, I'm looking for these bigger swing trades at this moment in time. I'm looking for those high probability trades, okay, to give myself that the best win rates possible. Because when you're scalp trading, you're taking a lot more losses. As a swing trader and as someone who is looking for high confluence and high probability in a trade, my win rate is extremely high, and you can go through the channel. And you can just study all of the trades that I have taken. You can even go into the Visionary Discord as well. Take yourself into the Visionary Discord. Link is in the description. Okay, first link in the description. Don't go to the free Discord, okay? Go to the first link in the description. It will take you over to this page here, and just sign up for the Visionary free trial. You don't need to put any details in at all. The Visionary free trial, okay? And just literally take yourself through this Discord. My win rate is outstanding. And, I've got a pretty good track record. So just go through there and you will understand why I'm not taking, especially at the moment, I'm not trading, scalp trading. Okay, I'm just taking these very high probability trades, okay, which mean that my win rate is so high. I'm looking for the strongest confluence possible and the strongest confirmation before I enter into a trade. Now, prior to doing all of this, I was mainly a scalp trader, but it's quite hard to scalp trade but also update you guys in the Discord with that. So that's why ever since I've been updating you guys in the Discord on what I'm personally doing, I have shifted more to swing trading, because first of all, it's a lot easier to manage entering a trade on my own portfolio and then updating you guys on the Discord. When it's scalp trading, it's a little bit hard to manage because I'm trying to get into a position on my exchange, but I'm also trying to update you at the same time. And with scalp trading, a second can pass and you miss the trade because you've had a sharp move after your entry. Okay, so it's quite hard to bring you scalp trades. I may, like I said previously, on certain days I may start live streaming scalp trading, but yeah, I'll have to see how I'm gonna do that, because to be honest, I'll sit at my computer from 7 o'clock in the morning to maybe 5 o'clock in the evening scalp trading, and I probably I'll leave my computer a couple times to go to the loo to get some lunch, to get a drink. But I'm scalp trading throughout the day. I'm not scalp trading through like a small period of time, like an hour or 2 hour. So I'm thinking, is it going to be a little bit too long to live stream all day and go through every single scalp trade that I'm taking? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's just going to be a bit of a boring live stream for everyone. But nevertheless, I'm going to figure it out. Maybe I'll just come live when there's high volatility and when when I can see scalp trade opportunities arising. Maybe I'll do that. I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, for me right now, I'm only taking these high probability swing trades because it's a lot easier to enter my position, but also update the team over on the Visionary Discord. So yeah, that's why I haven't been taking these scalp trades, because there have been some really nice scalp trades over the course of this week, but personally I just haven't taken them. And then the best opportunity of the week has presented itself here, and of course we have taken full advantage of that, and as you can see here, over 120% in a profit. As of right now, that trade is 130% in a profit. Okay, so a very, very profitable trade for ourselves here at Bit Trading, myself and the team here at Bit Trading. But yeah, that's how the week has gone. It's been a pretty boring week for trading, other than this trade that we took on, was it the Friday that we entered into? It must have been. Yeah, it was the Friday that we entered. Yeah, Friday. So we entered into the trade Friday, and yeah, personally, I don't like to be in a trade over the course of the weekend, but this was too nice to miss. So I had to just enter into this trade. This trade was just the perfect setup that I look for, and as you can very clearly see, it's had a really, really nice reaction off of that. But yeah, like I said, I don't personally like to be in trades over the course of the weekend, just because the volatility does drop off, meaning that you are waiting around more or less. It's exactly like this entry here. So usually when you get a setup like this, you have strong confluence with an MPOC, you have a GP786 level, and then you have short absorption as well coming in on EXO. Okay, you have short absorption. Okay, we have short absorption coming in right here. Zoom in, you can see aggressive shorting that is being absorbed by these higher lows. Okay, what you tend to see is a pretty bullish reaction off of this, and you do get a pretty quick swift move towards the upside. But we were toying with this MPOC, obviously continuing to hold it as support, which is very bullish, but we were toying with it, and then we got the move, but the move has just been a little bit sluggish for me, a little bit sluggish. Let's look at the volume actually on the move. So yeah, there was there was high volume on it, but it's just the aftermath. There wasn't a huge amount of continued bullish volume on the aftermath. So, this is why we haven't seen a sharp move up. But nevertheless, if we're going to come into Monday and we're looking like this, I'm expecting a continuation towards the upside, because we are looking bullish right now. So if we're going to, obviously it's Sunday, if we are going to, well, I say coming in, I say Monday, but we can see this move Sunday evening, because that's when we start to see the volatility kicking in. Just before midnight, we start to see the volatility kicking back into the market, and then usually Monday, when I'm waking up, okay, we've already had a move, okay, and it can sort of give us a perspective on what's going to happen throughout Monday. But right now, just remaining bullish on the price of Bitcoin, because, like I said, I am in a long position. Now, I don't think I've done it yet. Let me check. No, I haven't moved my stop loss. Okay, so what I'm going to actually do is move my stop loss to entry on this trade, because we do still have to accept the fact that, we're in a local downtrend. Okay, we are in locally bearish market structure, and there is a possibility still that we could see that price roll over. So I don't want to turn this extremely profitable trade into a losing trade, so I am just going to move that stop loss to entry, making it a completely risk-free trade. So let me actually just do that now. Just put a stop loss on. What was just an entry, but let's do 63,200. 63,200. Right, stop loss is set at entry. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my stop loss at entry now. I've already taken a TP1 on the trade, as you can see over on the Visionary Discord, taking an early TP1 here at over 83%. Okay, so a very profitable trade, and I'm just going to let the trade ride, because we have to accept, like I said, we're in bearish market structure, and there's a possibility that we could roll over here and we could take out this low here. Okay, this is a possibility that we could take out this low. Now, if we do take out this low, then I am looking for lower prices. Of course, there's that possibility that, because we do have a major level at $59,088. Now, there is that possibility that we could actually SFP this low here. So we could SFP 60,777. There's a possibility we could do that, and there's a possibility that we could get a really nice rise towards the upside off of this level. So we could see something form like this. Okay, that's a very valid trade. Okay, if we see an SFP off of this, we could get a rise towards the upside, and again, I would be targeting this high here. If we roll over here, obviously we'll have a TP1 at around $65,800 approximately. But I would prefer to see this high being taken out to give me that confirmation that the bearish market structure has broken. Okay, but say again we roll over, we don't see an SFP here, then we're going to come down to my final target of $59,088. Okay, so ever since we entered into the short up here, I have given you guys a final target of $59,088 at this major low here. There's going to be a lot of liquidity sat at this level. Obviously, price is massively drawn to liquidity, and I would just like, not even because I want the price to be bearish. Okay, it's not that I want the price to be bearish, it's that I would just like to see this $59,088 level being tapped, so that I can just enter into that perfect long position. Okay, because this could offer us a perfect long position to ride all the way up to new all-time highs. Okay, and imagine you get this pullback down to $59,088, and imagine you get a huge bullish reaction off of this level, and then you go on to make new all-time highs, and you can say that you longed $59,088. Okay, it's exactly like the trade that I took at 41,000 and then 51,000. I've taken a long position, okay, from down here at $41,000. Okay, where was it from? It was actually from this. Was it this low here or this low here? I can't remember what low it is, but I longed 41,000 off of a pullback. I also longed 51,000. I also longed this consolidation here at 51,000. Okay, and looking back on it now, when we were at all-time high at 73,000, okay, imagine saying that you longed from 51,000, or imagine saying that you longed from 41,000. Okay, and that's exactly what myself and the team here at Bit Trading did. Okay, we longed those levels. I don't even know. I could probably actually find it up here somewhere. As well, I have longed every single. Somewhere here. I've longed every single. People are gonna hate me for this, but I've shorted every single all-time high. But this is the thing, I've already got a lot of hate for shorting the all-time high, but there was valid shorts at those all-time highs, and I made profit off of every single short I took off the all-time high, because after tapping the all-time high, every single time what happened, we saw a pullback. So was this a setup? I think this was, 41, so wasn't exactly 41,000, but $41,400 approximately. So hedged long for me as prices formed the failed auction of the range low with bullish CVD and bullish open interest. There was the failed auction of the range low. Entry price was $41,400. Stop loss was down here. Obviously, we just put a target at the range high, and this was an extremely profitable trade. As you can see, 597% in a profit. Actually, no, this was the one from 41,000. Was that? Yeah. So this was the one from 41,000. Sorry, I'm getting confused. As you can see, 597% in a profit. As you can see, $51,000. So that was a $10,000 move. Okay, and what did we do again? We longed 51,000. We still had the 41,000. The long from 41,000 open as well. As you can see here, as price is rising at 862% in a profit, there was one from $51,000. All the proof is in the Visionary Discord. Let's see. 3,493% in a profit. As you can see, 41,000, 67,000 when I took this screenshot. Going back to it, imagine saying that you longed from 41,000. Imagine saying you longed from 51,000. I feel this could be the same scenario. Okay, imagine saying that you longed, from 59,000. Okay, imagine price pulls back to 59,000, and you longed 59,000. We go all-time highs. It would be amazing, wouldn't it? Okay, and that's exactly what I would like to see. I would like to see 59,000 being tapped. Okay, where if we are looking bullish, remember, you don't just long $59,088. You don't just long that, okay? You have to look for the confluence. And for that, to get that bullish reaction, I would like to come over to Exo charts. And I would like to see what price is doing coming into that level. Also, I'd like to maybe see some confluence. There's no MPOC confluence, is there? No. That's unfortunate. That would be nice. But, we just have to look bullish on Exo, and if we're looking bullish on Exo, then I'd be more than happy to take the long. But we also have to factor in as well that we do have this low at 60,777, and obviously that is a possible long entry as well, of course, if we are looking bullish on Exo as well. For me, any pullback is a long the dip. Okay, or a buy the dip, whatever you want to call it. Long the dip, buy the dip. Personally, for me, longing the dip rather than buying the dip, because all of my fiat is in crypto anyway, so there's nothing left to put into crypto. But I'll just be longing the dip. That's exactly what I'll be doing. Now, bearish case scenario, okay, which, I wouldn't expect, but it's a possibility. It is a big possibility. Is that we roll over here, we don't look bullish at $60,770. We come down to $59,088. We don't look bullish there, and that's when we can get seriously bearish. That's when we can get when we can be targeting $54,400, $51,750, $49,000. That's when we can be targeting those lower price targets, and that's when it gets really bearish. And that's also when we start talking about the bull market already being over. Okay, now, do I expect this? No, but at the same time, yes, because yeah, you should never be overly bullish. You should never be overly bearish. You know, I have learnt this throughout my trading journey. Now, I haven't been through, you know, many bear cycles or bear markets or bull markets. Okay, I've been through one bear market during COVID, been through the bull market, been through the bear market, the recent bear market, and now going through this bull market right now. So I don't have huge experience, but I know what I'm doing because I've gone through those and I've put everything into understanding why things happen in markets, okay, in bear markets, in bull markets, okay. And I know, okay, that you should never ever get overly bearish and you should never ever get overly bullish, okay, because there is that possibility that you start to lose levels, and what happens is you start to lose key levels on the lower time frames, okay. And as you're losing these, everyone's saying, oh, it's just a retracement, okay. But then you start losing the levels on the larger time frames, and it's, you know, sort of a domino effect. And as you start losing, and you finally get to the weekly, and you're losing these major levels, and before you know it, you're already too late. You're in a bear market, and you've missed all of that pullback that we've already had. You know, you've missed the opportunity to short that. Okay, so you've got to zoom in. You have to understand the key levels on the smaller time frames. Okay, understands that if those levels are lost, then you go into the larger time frames and you're looking at the key levels there, and those are your next targets towards the downside. Then if you're losing those, okay, then you're zooming out to the bigger time frame and you're looking for that next target towards the downside. Okay, it's plain and simple, but people do find it very, very difficult. And this is where, you know, I've zoomed into the 2 hour. Okay, you can even look at this on the 4 hour, to be honest with you as well. Obviously, we're looking very bearish here. Okay, we have $59,088. If we lose this, okay, what are we doing? We're zooming out. Okay, we're zooming out and we're looking at this low here at $59,088. Okay, that's that next key level. However, if we're going to lose that, we're going to have to zoom out again, and we're going to have to look at the next key levels towards the downside. Okay, and then you're looking at 54,000. Okay, if you lose that, 51, you lose that, 49, you lose that, 47. Okay, so there is a lot of support below us, yes. But if you're starting to lose these levels, it's getting more and more and more and more bearish, okay? So we do just have to be careful of this, because we're locally in a downtrend. If we can't break this bearish market structure, then we're going to start to lose these lows here, and then we're going to by the time you know it, we're at $54,000, okay? And then everyone is extremely scared, okay? And that's when you start to see the huge sell-off, okay? That's when you start to see a huge sell-off, and that just pushes you even lower, okay? Especially the dumb money gets extremely scared and just pushes that price lower. So yeah, for me right now, I'm being cautious, okay? Of course I'm long, but I am being cautious because we are seeing those bearish signs creeping in. Now, of course, I like to be neutral all of the time. I like to be neutral all of the time because I am a trader. I never let a bias determine, what the charts are telling me. If the charts are telling me that they're looking bearish, as they are at this moment in time, but I want to be bullish, I'm never going to do that, because I'm going to lose every single time. If the charts are telling me it's bearish, I'm going to be bearish, but have a bearish bias. I like to say, I don't like to say I'm going to be bearish, because I'd rather remain neutral in this situation, because bearish, okay, bearish market structure, of course, but right here we've had a nice bullish trade here and a nice bullish reaction off of that. Okay, so this is why I like to stay neutral, because many traders wouldn't have taken this trade here, because what are they looking for? Well, they're looking for this low to be taken out. And this is why I'd prefer to stay neutral. And this is why, as traders, you should always be neutral, because if I was bearish, I wouldn't be longing here. Okay, but now I'm neutral and I'm not bearish. Okay, obviously we're in bearish market structure, so my bias is more bearish, but I'm not overly, it's hard to explain. In my head it works, but it's hard to explain. You know, being overly bearish is just the complete wrong thing to do. Like being overly bullish, you know, it's the complete wrong thing to do. It's like this all-time high here. The amount of trapped longs that were up here, the amount of trapped longs, and you know, I've just literally swiped all of their Bitcoin off of them because I've shorted the all-time high, because the silly money, the dumb money, okay, are opening up absurd amount of longs up here, okay, and that is when they get overly bullish, okay, and this is where I'm staying neutral. I'm waiting for the charts to tell me what to do. The charts up here told me to short, so that's exactly what I did. Let's show the proof, okay, let's show the proof. Let's go to the Visionary Discord. Somewhere up here. Here was the short setup that I gave the team. Entry price was $73,404. Okay, stop loss was $74,000. Okay, as you can see here, entered into the trade at $73,300. As you can see, we got that pullback. This was a key level that I was looking at, 71,621. What happened? Okay, we lost that level, so we saw a continuation towards the downside. So I zoomed out, went onto a bigger time frame, looked for that next level towards the downside. Okay, what did we have? We had the VWAP. Okay, we had this low here. We broke that. What is the next level towards the downside? It was the weekly MPOC. Okay, as you can see, extremely profitable trade here. Okay. And again, you know, well, I entered into it, and this is one of the rare losses that I've actually taken recently. Was it this one? Out of the past 20 trades, I think I've only taken one loss, and I actually think it might have been this one. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't, because that was, yeah, that wasn't the loss. I have taken one loss recently, but I'm not too sure where it was. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Okay, but the short from the all-time high, as you can see here, just level-to-level trading. We lose a level, we zoom out, look for the next level towards the downside. Okay, you know, I've still got that short from the all-time high as well. You know, as you can see here, I'm telling the team, we now target $59,088. Okay, that's that next level that I'm looking towards the downside. Of course, since then I've entered into a long. Okay, but yeah, I still think that there's a possibility that we could see 59.88. I think it's still a possibility. But yeah, this is exactly, you know, the proof is in the pudding here. Don't get overly bullish here, because people like me will short and just completely destroy you. Don't get overly bearish here, because we're getting a rise towards the upside, and this rise, like I said earlier, this rise could be the start of bullish market structure if we can break this high here. Okay, bullish market structure targeting new all-time highs. So this is why you should never ever get overly bullish, overly bearish. Stay neutral, trade what the charts are telling you, and you will become a profitable trader without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, so how long have we been live for? 46 minutes. I don't know how many of you are in this. Yeah, any questions, let me know in the comments. Smash that thumbs up button. But yeah, I would like to see if we can get some comments in the chat going. It does seem like the stream is a little bit laggy. I'm gonna have to try and sort this out. Maybe, I know there's I've used Streamlabs before, and I know that that's pretty good because it's not on your computer, it's online, so it's a little bit better. But yeah, who knows? Let me know in the comments, and if you've got any questions, just let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Oh, there's someone in the comments. Hello there. Hello there. I'm gonna call you Ready because I'm not gonna try to pronounce that first name. But yeah, it's nice to see someone in the chat. If you have just arrived, this is a new series that I'm going to be doing, which is just talking trading. To be honest with you, that's literally it. I want to do it every Sunday, sort of give a rundown of the trades that I've taken over the course of the week, and it's sort of just something free for you guys to hopefully enjoy, but also give you some value as well, because of course I'm giving all of the trades away to the team over on the Visionary Discord, and walking them through my biases for the day in the daily market update. So this is just a sort of a free version of, more of a weekly rundown rather than a daily rundown. So I go through what's happened prior to, over the course of the week, and then what I'm expecting for next week as well. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed. And if you want to join the Visionary Discord, we are running a 1-day free trial at the moment. So click the first link in the description, and yeah, click this one here, Visionary free trial, and just get access here. No details required. So yeah, you can join here. And it's just a 1-day free trial, so you can see if you enjoy it. But yeah, I'm giving my trades away. So many profitable trades. Just go through this Visionary Discord and see how many profitable trades that I am giving away, because it's very, very valuable. And then of course, doing the daily market updates for the team every single morning as well. But just to cover again, I'm in this long here. This is the long setup that I gave the team on the Visionary Discord here. As you can see, long setup for me. Why was I looking for a long off of this level? Well, we were seeing a pullback, okay, after forming this newly formed lower high, okay, and I was walking through the team in the daily market update on the 22nd, okay, that this is something I'm expecting, okay, and this is really, really nice to view, okay, because this is what I was expecting here. Okay, and this is what happened. Okay, it's really, really nice when your plan comes into fruition. Okay, so you can see in the daily market update, I was telling the team I'm expecting a pullback down to the MPOC, the GP, and 786 level. Okay, where from there, if we are looking bullish and we can see short absorption, then I'm expecting a rise towards the upside. What happened? Okay, price pulled back exactly like I expected it to. Found support at the GP 786 level in confluence with the MPOC, and we saw a perfect rise towards the upside, exactly like I was looking for in the daily market update, as you can see there. And what is short absorption? If you don't know what short absorption is, I will cover that very, very briefly. And as you can see here, we have a very, very obvious short absorption, and I will talk about another bit of short absorption that we are seeing as of right now, which is pushing the price higher. But yeah, here we can see this right here, this area, okay, is the exact same area as this level here when we were coming into the GP 786 level in confluence with the MPOC, the naked point of control, to be specific, daily naked point of control. And what we can see is the CVD here, which is telling us longs and shorts coming into the market. When CVD is rising, longs are coming into the market. When shorts are opening, we see CVD decreasing, okay? And when we see a divergence like this, where price is making a higher high, but CVD is making a lower low, this is indicating to us that there is mass short absorption occurring, okay? And then we can zoom into the candles and actually look as well. We can see minus 13 million, minus 21 million, minus 12 million, minus 23 million, okay? Minus 19 million. So there is a huge amount of shorts opening up in this region right here. However, price is continuing to make higher highs, okay, which is very, very bullish. This is something we call short absorption. And after that, okay, after having short absorption in confluence with the MPOC, the GP, and the 786 level, what occurred? Well, a rise towards the upside, exactly like I expected. And of course, we have been making some really, really nice profits on this long position, as you can see right here. Extremely profitable long. And you can see the entry price was $63,258. So that was down here at that MPOC approximately there. So yeah, it has been a really nice trade for ourselves here at Bit Trading. Now, what I want to talk about is, I don't think I've talked about it yet, is the current short absorption we are looking for here. Looking at here, okay, so again, so we can see short absorption. I've just seen another comment from Ready. Hey, nice content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy, and I hope this can give people some value. Do you know alternative service for Exo charts for free? Yes. Not one that's as advanced, okay? Not one that's as advanced, but it is still, yeah, this one here. Coinalyze, okay? If you go to coinalyze.net, it's not as advanced, okay, because you can't look into the candles, okay? You can't look into the candles here, but it gives you open interest, which is of course what we get here on Exo charts, and it of course gives you the CVD, which I've just put in here. So if you come to indicators like TradingView, okay, and just type in CVD, cumulative volume delta will come up, and this will of course give you that CVD. So you know, I've gone through a trading strategy. There's a trading strategy somewhere on my channel, but yeah, you know, where we're looking for CVD divergences. Now, ideally for me, I'm only looking for one type of divergence, and that's the divergence that we're seeing as of right now, which is prices forming higher highs whilst CVD is forming lower lows. Now, as you can see, we've got a CVD divergence here, okay, very bullish. What have we seen after this? Okay, we've seen a rise towards the upside, as you can see right here. Now, let's take a look at the charts. As you can see, the CVD divergence has come in between these two pivot lows right here, and we're getting that continuation towards the upside. Now, if we hide the fib here, okay, and pull a new fib from the low to the recent high here, extend it a little bit, okay, as you can see, we front run this fib. Okay, let's get rid of the long position for now. We front run this fib here, okay. Now, this would offer a lovely long entry, okay. Of course, personally, I would like to look for a little bit more confluence with maybe an MPOC, and I'll talk about MPOCs as well for you, Ready, because you can also, so if I take you over to Exo, what I like to look for in Exo charts as well is the MPOCs. Daily MPOCs. It may look confusing, it may look you know, daunting to you, this, but it's quite simple. You have weekly MPOCs, you have monthly MPOCs as well, which are honestly the most valuable levels you will ever need in trading. And you know, a perfect example is this MPOC that we are bouncing off of right now. This has offered an amazing long entry for us. But going back to this CVD divergence that we've seen here, okay, we have front run the GP and the 786 level, okay? But if we were to come into this GP and 786 level, then this would actually be a valid long trade, and you could long from there. But as you can see, you would have missed that long entry off of the bullish CVD divergence because we have front run that level. So ideally, you want to look for a strong level of support before trading, you know, a CVD divergence, like, you know, we've very clearly seen right here. Of course, higher highs on the price of Bitcoin, higher lows on the price of Bitcoin, and lower lows on the CVD right there. So yeah, let's. Can we consider the 0.5? Yeah, I mean, instead of the GP, I mean, yeah. To be honest with you, let's pull that fib again. To be honest with you, you could consider that as well. You could. It all depends on your trading style, and for me and my preferences is that the GP, of course the golden pocket, is the strongest fib level, the strongest level of support on the fib, okay. Now, in my past experiences, like I said, you know, it's been the strongest level of support, but also we do tend to break it slightly towards the downside and come and test the 0.786, which is why I also use the 0.786. So for me, it is the GP and 0.786. I don't solely like to use the GP, but it all depends. It all depends on you, to be honest with you. Let's actually pull up the 0.5. Let's see. Let's see if I've got the 0.5 here. You got the 0.5. Yeah, you know, you can consider the 0.5 being tapped, but personally for me, when just using my statistics and my experience, okay, when we get a pullback like this, the highest probability is that we at least come down to the GP and possibly the 786, and the majority of the time we do see price coming to the GP, and even more probable coming down to the 786, which is why over the past year I've actually added the 0.786 into my strategy. But you know, for me, it's like, let's have a look at, let's actually get rid of this fib and let's talk about the long that I'm currently in at the moment, okay? Because of course here we've used the GP and the 786. If you added, okay, of course it's all personal preference, okay? For me, in my experience, GP 786 is the strongest level. If you use, okay, the 0.5 in this instance, it wouldn't have offered you a nice long trade. First of all, because there's no confluence, and what I mean by that is another strong level of support that we could expect to bounce off of, i.e. the MPOC here, okay, which I'll talk about how to get MPOCs off of TradingView, because there is a possibility there is a way of getting MPOCs off of TradingView. But yeah, if you entered off the 0.5, okay, you would have been underwater for quite a long time and probably even got stopped out. And then you're only above water for a short period of time here, and the trade just wouldn't be extremely profitable. So for me, I don't like trading the 0.5. Of course, on the larger time frames, if you're looking at it on the weekly and if you're looking at it on the daily, you know, the 0.5 then is a lot stronger. But if we're talking about the lower time frames, personally, for me, I'm just using the GP and the 786 level. It's the strongest level. It's where the strongest confluence tends to come in as well. And of course, you know, it does provide an amazing reaction. If we do then lose the 786, okay, that's when you start thinking, okay, right, we're looking for lower prices there. But yeah, the 786 is that like last level of support on the fib. And to be honest with you, when I first got into trading, which was almost 4 years ago now, 3.5, 4 years ago, the fib was, the GP was respected almost 90% of the time, okay? It was respected 90% of the time, but over the years, I've experienced that we're starting to less respect the GP, the golden pocket, and we're now starting to respect the 0.786 more. And this is, you know, this is larger traders, this is institutions knowing that many millions of retail traders are going to enter into those trades at the GP. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to squeeze those retail traders out of their positions, okay, bringing it to the 786, and then okay, they push that price higher, or in reverse, they push that price lower. If you look at, there's another question. If you look at the 1 week MA, it's held and bounced from there. Yeah, let me know which MA, moving average. Let me know which moving average, because there are quite a few moving averages. Now, I don't tend to use moving averages on a day-to-day basis. Obviously, larger time frames, I think they're amazing for that, of course. But yeah, for trading on the lower time frames, it's not my preferred or go-to tool. But yeah, let me know which moving average that is. Now, talking about the MPOC, so let's talk about this, right? We had an MPOC at which was the MPOC? So the MPOC was, where have I got it? 63.75. Okay, so here was the previous MPOC at 63.75. Okay, which is signified by this. So this is an MPOC, this extended red line here. Okay, that's a daily MPOC. We had an MPOC which was here. Of course, we took that out right there. okay, with this move towards the downside, okay. But this MPOC, okay, is a very strong level that you can trade off of, i.e., okay, if price pulls back to an MPOC and we see a bullish reaction off of it, then there is a high chance that we get a bounce towards the upside, exactly like we saw here, and vice versa. Okay, we have an MPOC up here. If we come up into this MPOC, it's going to act as a very strong level of resistance. And then if we look bearish, okay, on CVD, okay, Delta, if we're seeing aggressive shorting coming in, if we're looking bearish on the open interest, okay, then we can look to actually short from up here. Okay, if we don't see any of that, then we're looking for higher prices, of course. Okay, but if you want to get this these MPOCs, which act as extremely strong levels of support and resistance and offer amazing trading opportunities, then you can actually pull up this indicator here. Let's just, I haven't used it in a while. Let me just remind myself. I've probably got it saved somewhere. Oh, what was it called? I don't actually use any of these indicators anymore, so. Yeah, was it periodic volume profile? Yes, here you go. So periodic volume profile, I think you can just put PVP in. If you put PVP in, come into the settings, put period as 1, and then put day, okay, that's for your daily MPOCs. Then you can go weekly for your weekly MPOCs, and then you can go monthly for your monthly MPOCs, okay? But a daily MPOC, okay, as an example, is this one right here. This is your daily MPOC at 67,000. Okay, we can actually mark this as 67,000 and we'll mark it as red. Why is this a daily MPOC? Well, because it's a naked point of control. Okay, well, because it's untapped. Okay, so you can see that price hasn't revisited this MPOC right here. So if price was to rise up to this level, it would then not be considered an MPOC, where from there, okay, you know, you can either look for a break of the MPOC and look for higher prices, or in this instant, what I would be looking for is a rejection off of the level, and then you see a pullback. Okay, so you know, this is how you can use PVP on TradingView to get your daily, weekly, monthly MPOCs. Okay. And of course, if we go back, you can see they're pretty easy to spot. I might have to do a video on this and show people properly and go into detail about it as well, because there is a lot to talk about it. As you can see up there, we do have a naked point of control. But then if you're looking at it on XO, okay, you can see it a lot clearer. It's a bit obvious and, you know, a bit easier to look at. Your MA. If you look at the 1 week MA, the 1 week MA moving average. Let's go to the weekly chart then. Let's get rid of the MPOCs. The 1 week moving average, not an EMA. So it's just a moving average, simple moving average. Is that what it is? Simple moving average? No. I don't really, no, because it's SMA. I don't really know which MA you're on about, to be honest with you. EMA? No. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really use EMAs. On the larger time frame, there, of course, you know, with your death cross and your golden cross, of course, you know, those are actually statistically very, very handy. But on the lower time frames, which is what I'm looking at, I don't tend to look at them, to be honest with you. They're just a little bit irrelevant for me on the lower time frames. But yeah, something that is very valuable is a VWAP. Now you have your anchored VWAP, which you can see on TradingView here. As you can see, the VWAP, you mark it from a pivot point, so a pivot high or a pivot low, and you can see how well respected. Let's bring the pen tool out. You can see how well respected this VWAP has been. Okay, even here, okay, when you've not respected it completely, what have you done? You failed auctioned it, and you've seen lower prices. This would offer an amazing short entry. Of course, you want to look for confluence, because the reason why this is an amazing short entry is because it offers a really easy invalidation, because the invalidation is above the high here. Okay, and then you're just targeting a previous low here. Obviously you want to take profits along the way down, but you're targeting it. Gives you an easy target and an easy invalidation. Okay, as you can see there, you failed auctioned it. Okay, you've retested it, you've rejected, bearish, you short, pull back. Okay, the VWAP is just an amazing tool, and you can actually find that somewhere in here. They like to hide it, probably because it is so valuable, but I can actually never find it. I always forget where it is. It's not there, is it? Here, anchored VWAP, volume based. Okay, anchored VWAP is amazing, amazing, respected so well. Even when you don't respect it, you form a failed auction, you respect it, and then you get the pullback from there. So this is something I'm actually looking at coming into next week. Okay, this VWAP is going to act as strong resistance. So yeah, I actually will leave that on the chart. I'll just hide it for now. Any other examples of using the VWAP? Probably, because it is pretty amazing. As you can see here, okay, you pulled the VWAP from the low here. Respect. You front run it slightly, but you've respected it. Downtrend. Okay, when you don't respect the anchored VWAP, that's when you don't use it. Okay. You can see here, failed auction of it, okay, retest of it, pullback, valid short, okay, of course, obviously you want to be taking profits on that way down, you want to have your stop loss there, and once you've taken a TP1, you're moving that stop loss to entry, making it a risk-free trade, but then you start to, you break above it, support, failed auction, nice long, okay. What happened here? You failed auctioned it again, nice long position. Okay, as you can see up there. Of course, you don't just use this. You don't just use this to enter a trade. Of course, you want to look for other bits of confluence as well. But it is a very, very valuable tool. I have pulled it from the low already, and it's you haven't really respected it. So yeah, you want to see strong respect of the level. How do you think the effect of interest rate cuts and following stock market correction, why is that thing in the way, affects BTC? Of course, the stock market is, Bitcoin is pretty correlated to the stock market. So we've been seeing a pullback within the stock market. To be honest, I don't actually chart the stock market. We can actually come and have a look. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq and the S&P. The E-mini futures is what I used to like to look at. We've seen it's not a huge pullback here, is it? I mean, there was a time when these were just absurdly correlated. Okay. They would see the exact same moves, and you can put the charts next to each other, and they almost looked identical. We're not seeing that as such anymore, as we are seeing Bitcoin at its all-time highs again, because it's just at some point we're going to see Bitcoin move away from the traditional markets, and of course, if we're looking at Bitcoin and we're looking at it's not identical, but it's this one here, but it's pretty similar. Okay, you know, it's not identical at all, but it's very, very similar. So you know, yes, there is a large correlation there. Now, in terms of interest rate cuts, I don't bother with them. I don't really care. I personally just look at the charts. I don't look at news. I don't look at share prices. I don't even look at the stock market personally. For me, the easiest thing to trade is Bitcoin. So I stick to what I know, and you know, I know it very well, and I can do it very well as well. So I stick to that. And Ethereum as well. Here's another example of the VWAP. But Ethereum is something that's also very simple to trade, so I stick to it. And the reason is because there's so much volatility in it. There's so much information in it because it's a 24/7 market. For me, the stock, I just don't really like trading the stock market. Interest rates, I don't really care about them. Of course, if you're looking at it in the long term and in my HODL portfolio, yes, you know, that can come to affect it. But I think we all know where Bitcoin is going to go in the future, so I don't think we have to be too worried about that. Bitcoin is supposed to be a hedge against all of this anyway, so I'm not too bothered about it. And to be honest with you, all I do is mainly swing trade, and sometimes I day trade as well. And news and interest rates and what the stock market is doing just does not come into my strategy. It's never helped me previously. You know, I used to run a previous channel with someone else, and we would talk a lot about the stock market, and we'd also talk a lot about interest rates and news events as well. And you know, it just didn't really help at all. You know, back then I wasn't a profitable trader, and I became a profitable swing trader and day trader when I stopped looking at stuff like that and just focused on what the charts are telling me, because the charts are giving you patterns that happen consistently and play out the same way almost every single time. Okay, of course, you know, it doesn't happen every single time, but the majority of the time. And you know, if you're looking, you know, there's a lot of people that claim to be traders out there as well who you know, are looking at these triangle patterns, these head and shoulders patterns as well. And if you're looking at those, I'm sorry, but you're not ever going to become a profitable trader. You know, you've got a head and shoulders pattern here, you're not going to become a profitable trader trading that. It's diagonal lines. If you trade in diagonal lines, you know, they're not I wouldn't say, you know, they're not irrelevant, but you know, they're not the best things to be trading. You know, everyone is going to be looking at this here. Everyone's going to be looking at this head and shoulders pattern right here, and they're going to be like, oh my god, if we break this level here, you know, we're going to see a huge pump. We're going to see a huge pump towards the upside. When realistically, you know, it's probably not going to happen. Yes, you see the odd head and shoulders pattern play out here and there. And, you know, everyone would have been looking at this. You know, you've got an acceptable head and shoulders pattern here as well. You know, acceptable. Everyone's going to be looking at this head and shoulders, and this is what I'm thinking about as well. You know, why I don't know if I'd get extremely bearish down here, because everyone's looking at this head and shoulders pattern. Okay, they're going to have their horizontal level like this. They're going to short this, okay? And if we see a fake out of this low here and we get a push towards the upside, we're going to have an immense amount of trapped shorts down here, which is going to push this price higher. So if there are a lot of people shorting down here, I'd actually be looking to long rather than short, because I'd be hedging against all the silly money that's looking at this as a head and shoulders pattern and thinking, oh no, we're going down to $50,000. You know, I'd be longing against them, because I know who wins in that scenario. If someone's looking at a head and shoulders pattern, the majority of the time I know who wins, and that is the people who aren't trading this head and shoulders pattern and are actually counter trading the head and shoulders pattern. And this is how you have to think. You have to think like an institutional trader. Okay, if an institutional trader is trading solely off of fundamentals, they're not looking at charts. If an institutional trader is trading solely off of charts, they're not looking at fundamentals. Okay, and this brings you back to the effect of interest rates. For myself, I aim and strive to trade as much like an institutional trader would, okay, and that is to sway away from looking at the fundamentals when you should solely be looking at the technicals. If you have someone that is saying to you that they're not trading today because there's an interest rate coming in, okay, a load of bollocks. I will happily trade on a day of interest rates, okay, and anything, an FOMC meeting, okay, I will happily trade on a day like that, because it just doesn't affect me. I just trade what the charts are telling me, and it doesn't weaken my probabilities either. Sometimes it strengthens. The majority of the time, it strengthens it, because it actually makes the setups more clear. Because there's a lot more volatility coming into the market, meaning there's a lot more information coming into the market, and a lot more levels to actually trade as well. On a day like an FOMC meeting, I wouldn't sway away from trading. I would just be looking to take more trades because there's more volatility. But yeah, I think this, there's no easy way to answer your question, to be honest with you, because I just don't look at interest rate cuts, hikes, or anything. I'm not too bothered about it. And again, it's just personal preference. If you like to look at that and it helps you, then don't let my opinion sort of ruin what works for you. But personally, it's never worked for me in the past, so I just don't really care about it. But yeah, Ethereum. Let's look at this. So this was the VWAP, of course. Here, the VWAP again, just amazing. I love this VWAP. It's just amazing. If you're looking at moving averages, I'd highly advise you to look at VWAPs. Okay, and just look at how well respected VWAPs can be. Like I said, you have the anchored VWAP here, which you take from a pivot high, and this is an exception. I haven't taken it from a pivot high in this instance. I've taken it from the cliff of the waterfall, as I like to call it. Okay, so you have the pivot high, which is actually up here. Okay, but you can see that it hasn't been respected as well, and then we have swayed away from it quite a way away down here. Because I've taken it from the pivot high, but what you can see here is we have a double top, and the double top has formed a lower high, which I prefer to take it from the high, but because we have a lower high and with a double top here, I'm going to take it from the cliff of the waterfall, and as you can see, you respect it, and this is what you'll learn with over time. But yeah, VWAP is amazing. Makes sense. Following data. I said I'll join your group, and after taking profits, clear my shorts around the lows. We'll join now. Yeah, I mean, first of all, we're running a visionary free trial, so just literally sign up for that. It's completely free, and no details required. I think you have to put your email in, but that's about it. And yeah, that will give you access to the Visionary Discord, where I give all of my trades away. So yeah, that's a good way to get in, and just see if it's for you, because it's not always for everyone. A lot of people work and they're not able to enter into trades when I'm putting the trades on the thing. But then we also do have the education. You don't get the education in the free trial, you get the education in the paid membership, and that sort of teaches you my strategies, really. Yeah, I don't like to overcomplicate things. I like to keep things pretty simple, but not so simple that you're not profitable. Okay, because you can simplify it, but then there's oversimplifying it, and then you're just not profitable. Of course, there is a lot of things within trading that look daunting, exactly like ExoCharts does. It does look daunting, especially when you bring the scalping one up. That's when it gets very daunting. But you know, once you understand it, it's pretty simple stuff. And of course, you know, I'm talking through with the team the setups. Okay, as you can see here, I've walked them through this. Okay, so the members in here that have watched, well, I actually haven't done an ExoChart video yet for the education. I am bringing out videos each week now, so yeah, I will be bringing some out. They do just take some time to film, but yeah, I do talk about them in the daily market updates, and I go in depth about them as well. So yeah, for the people that for the visionary members that understand, okay, what short absorption is, I've shown them here, and they will instantly be able to look at this and be like, right, yes, short absorption is happening. Why is that? Well, price is forming very obvious higher lows. CVD is forming lower lows. We then come into, I can't actually, oh, I can zoom in here. It's very blurry, but you can see aggressive shorting coming in, okay, minus 13 million, minus 26, minus 22, okay, over here as well. When we entered the long, minus 13, minus 21, minus 12, minus 23, minus 13. So aggressive shorting, okay? But we're forming higher highs. Very bullish, okay, in confluence with the GP 786 and the MPOC, which offers us a really nice long entry towards towards the upside. And as you can see, I was talking through that with the team in the daily market update, and then exactly that happened. Okay, as you can see here, it's pretty you know, it's basic, but what is hard about it is the education side of things, the actual like learning and understanding it and trying to spot it. But once you know it, it just clicks, and you just know it and you see it, and it's just really easy once you understand it. Now, of course, trading is never easy unless you have zero emotion, but I don't think anyone's gonna have zero emotion unless you're trading with maybe $100 that you just really don't care about, of course. But yeah, and as well, you know, you're looking at the leverage size that I'm using as well. Okay, this is another thing that a lot of people will judge me for using such high leverage. Yeah, no, this is actually low leverage for me, 35x. Sometimes I even use 100x leverage, but you have to factor in what my risk management is. Okay, my risk management is using high leverage, low capital. Okay, other people's are you know, low leverage, high capital. Okay, so you know, it's just how it all works. I like to use high leverage. I like to make the most of the leverage that they are offering to me. So yeah, I'm going to take full advantage of that, and it means that I have less money on an exchange, especially an exchange like Mexi, which, you know, is a very good exchange. But looking back at Sam Bankman-Fried, with yeah, FTX and that crash there. So, you know, you have to be cautious. That's why I like to take advantage of the leverage that they are offering me and put less capital into an exchange. Now, one exchange that I do trust is Bybit very much. You know, I don't even trust really Binance, to be honest with you, but Bybit is one that I do really trust, and I do hold a lot of capital on Bybit. Now, I can't actually trade on Bybit because I'm in the UK. I'm currently trying to resolve that via two options: getting a residency somewhere else, or just completely boycotting the UK and moving out. But yeah, we'll see what I do there. But for me, I'm just trading on Mexi right now. But yeah, so coming into next week, of course, we have our key level towards the downside, 60,777, where off of this level we could look for an SFP for a long. Again, members on here, yeah, look out for that daily market update. The daily market update will come out at about, it normally comes out about between 10 and 10:30. I strive for 10 o'clock, but it all depends. This is UK time, 10 a.m. UK time, so whatever. Why don't you use options? There's no liquidity, but yeah, there's an extra step of calculating the time frame. Yeah, I mean, I could, But personally, I just find it a lot. I just find it easy because, to be honest with you, I don't even trade on my computer. I just literally have the app on my phone, and they make it so simple for you now that you just swipe with your finger to select the amount of capital you want in the trade, and then you just press buy. I don't even. I press one button. I slide a button, and then I press a button to enter into a trade. That's how simple they've made it for you on a phone. So that's why I just like to trade on Mexi or Bybit on my phone. It's just so simple, and especially when I'm trying to get that perfect entry, it's so much easier on my phone. So that's why I like to use exchanges. But yeah, for next week, like I said, if we're looking bullish, and I'll cover this in the daily market update probably in a little bit more depth because we'll have more information tomorrow morning. But if we get a long entry off of 60,777, then I'll be looking for a long there. Of course, our stop loss is an entry on this long here. Okay, so if we do get stopped out, I am just looking for this local low to be taken. Of course, if it offers us a nice long, I will take that long position. Of course, I'm in a long, so we could see a continuation towards the upside, which I'll get onto in a moment. But if we come down, we break 60,777 and we look bearish, okay, then we're looking for $59,088, where from there we could be looking for a nice long position off of that level. Of course, I'll give the setup in the Visionary Discord, but yeah, this is something that I would be looking for. So yeah, those are the two long entries. If I don't like the bullish reaction that we're seeing down here, then I will just be looking for lower prices, and this is when we can get extremely bearish. This is when we can get when we can be targeting $54,000. If we bring up the MPOC, that's the next MPOC towards the downside, 54,375. That would be the next level that I'm looking for if we lose 59,000, or the bearish case scenario to the extra bearish case scenario. Let's talk about the bullish case scenario to the bearish case scenario. Okay, so of course, if we get a rise, there's a possibility that we could get a pullback. Now, for this, I want to pull up the weekly level. The weekly level. There's a weekly level. Okay, I didn't mark it on my object tree. So we have the weekly level towards the upside. Now, this is something I'm really excited to short if we do see a rise up to it, okay? Because we have a fib from the all-time high to the recent low that we've made here, coming in perfect confluence with that weekly level. Just the confluence couldn't be any more perfect, okay? Like the confluence couldn't be any more perfect with the MPOC here, okay, with the GP 786 level, okay? The confluence of the weekly and the GP couldn't be any more perfect right here, okay? So if we see a rise towards the upside, okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for an SFP of the liquidity up here, okay? Possibly, all I'd need to enter into a short here is a SFP of these highs up here, getting rejected from the GP and the weekly, enter into the long. I'm looking for lower prices. That's it for me. But to add even more confluence to it, we could look at the CVD, and we could look for, let's just refresh this. We could look for long absorption. Okay, so we could look for longs being absorbed coming into the weekly and the GP, where we would then most likely get a pullback, okay, and giving us that entry to enter into a short there. So this just is prime for a pullback here, okay, prime. But of course we have to look bearish, okay. If we smash through the level, use it as support, we're expecting new all-time highs. That's pretty much it, okay. We do have an MPOC at 71,940, okay, 71,940. It's a weekly MPOC, but to be honest with you, if we break the weekly level and the GP, as I've shown here, okay, we break above it, we use it as support, we get a continuation towards the upside. I'm not looking to short that weekly. I'm looking for new all-time highs, which of course then I would look to possibly short that all-time high. Why would I possibly short the all-time high? Well, because we're coming in close confluence with the MPOC, but also again, it's an all-time high. It's just a very, very strong key level. So if we're to come into that all-time high and we look bearish, okay, we SFP it, we fail auction it, then I'm looking to short that, okay? I'm looking to short that. I've shorted every single all-time high that we have made this year, and I'm not looking to stop if we are looking bearish at the all-time high. It's just plain and simple. I'm going to trade what the charts are telling me. All-time highs, I don't care. For my hodl portfolio, yes, I care about that. Okay, but you know, in terms of trading, I don't care if an all-time high is an all-time high. An all-time high just means that the level is stronger. Okay, the level is so much stronger. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for next week, to be honest with you. Now, I think I'm just going to end this live stream here because, yeah, I'm going to cover this in more depth with the Visionary members on the Visionary Discord, and I have been live for an hour and a half now. My throat is starting to hurt. So, yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed this live stream. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys over on the Visionary Discord. Of course, we have the one-day free trial, or if you like what you see, then, yeah, you can become a full-time member as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to go get a glass of water because my throat is killing me. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you over on the Visionary Discord. Goodbye.